Okay, so get ready to put on your detective hats today because we're diving deep into the world of dramaturgy.
Love it.
We've gotten some awesome material from RoleCatcher, their career guide, some really insightful interview tips, even some intel on their AI platform. So yeah, we're going full on theater detective today.
Yeah, and just like any good investigation, we're going to be looking at all the evidence, right? Like, what does a dramaturg actually do? What does their career path look like? How is technology, especially like what Rollcatcher's doing, changing things?
Yeah, I love that. So first, let's set the stage a little bit. We've all heard the term dramaturg, but I'm going to be honest, if you stop someone on the street, I think most people would kind of maybe not be able to tell you what it actually means. To me, it always kind of sounded like this, like a cross between a playwright and a therapist. I don't know. What's the inside scoop?
It's definitely one of those titles that gets people curious. Rollcatcher actually defines a dramaturg as a literary expert who basically supports the entire production of a play.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's so much more dynamic than that. It's really more like, I think of it as like the play's secret weapon.
I like that.
They're the ones that are analyzing the entire script, researching historical context, and then helping the director bring out all these nuances and these hidden layers of the story.
So they're not just looking at like the surface level of the plot. They're like really going into the subtext and the themes and the playwright's intentions, all that good stuff that makes it, actually really hit home.
Exactly. And a great example of this is actually looking back at the original production of Angels in America.
Oh, wow.
Tony Kushner's epic play. It dealt with, all these really complex themes of sexuality, identity, the AIDS crisis. And the dramaturg for that production was really instrumental in researching all the historical context,
Yeah.
making sure the actors understood everything that was going on at the time, and just ensuring that the play's message really resonated with audiences.
Wow, that's fascinating. So are they like a combination of a historian and literary scholar and just this huge theater aficionado all in one?
Absolutely.
Oh.
And incredibly, they have to be amazing communicators too.
Oh, for sure.
Rollcatcher's Guide, it really emphasizes that dramaturgs are constantly collaborating. So they're working closely with the director, with the actors, even the designers, the marketing team, to just make sure everyone is on the same page and the artistic vision is cohesive.
Oh, I bet. It sounds like a career for someone who really thrives in that kind of fast-paced, creative environment and just loves to collaborate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, let's not sugarcoat it. The guide also acknowledges there are definitely challenges. You're talking long hours, intense pressure, and oftentimes really fierce competition for jobs, too.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. No, it's that classic kind of starving artist thing. Unfortunately, it's like, that's real, especially when you're first starting out in a theater career.
Right.
Speaking of which, I think RoleCatcher does a really great job at breaking down the typical dramaturg career path. They kind of split it into these three main stages: entry-level, junior, and then senior dramaturg. Can you walk us through those stages? What makes each one kind of unique?
Of course, yeah. So at the entry level, you're basically like a sponge.
Yeah, I bet.
You are just soaking everything up. You're reading scripts, you're attending rehearsals, you're researching all these plays and playwrights. And then a big part of that is also shadowing more senior dramaturgs, learning the ropes, making those industry connections super important.
So it's a lot of paying your dues and really proving your passion, just building up that strong foundation.
Exactly. And then, as you start to gain more experience, build your confidence, you move into that junior dramaturg role. And then this is where you really get to flex your analytical muscles.
I bet.
You're not just assisting anymore. You're actively involved in choosing which plays to produce, researching historical context, even providing feedback to playwrights.
Oh, wow. So you have like a real impact on, shaping the artistic direction of the entire company at that point.
For sure.
That's so cool. What an awesome responsibility.
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility.
So what about that senior dramaturg level? What sets, those theatrical titans apart?
Yeah. So at that level, you really have become a master of your craft. You have a deep understanding of all of dramatic literature. You have a keen eye for spotting promising new works, and you really play a vital role in mentoring that next generation of dramaturgs too.
Wow. Okay. So it sounds like a career path that really just constantly challenges you to grow and evolve, both creatively and intellectually. So let's say someone is listening and they're thinking, this is it, dramaturgy, this is my calling. What advice does RoleCatcher have for actually landing your dream job? Like, how do you break into this world?
Oh, Luckily for them, RoleCatcher actually gives some super practical advice on how to totally nail that interview,
Oh, good.
which, let's be honest, can make or break you.
For sure.
And they highlight some really insightful interview questions, too.
Okay.
These aren't like your typical, tell me about your strengths and weaknesses. Like, these questions really make you think,
I love that.
and they really reveal how you approach dramaturgy as a craft.
Okay, give us the inside scoop. Like, what kind of questions are we talking about here?
So one that really stuck out to me was, how do you approach script analysis?
Okay.
Seems simple, right?
Yeah.
But it's really designed to uncover your process. So, like, do you just dive headfirst into the text and you're, like, hunting for symbolism and metaphor?
Yeah.
Or do you start by, like, immersing yourself in the historical context and then let that kind of guide your interpretation?
Oh, interesting.
It's like a window into your brain as a dramaturg.
Yeah, it reveals like what are your priorities when you're, uncovering those deeper layers of meaning.
Exactly. And another question they highlight is, how do you collaborate with directors and actors?
Okay.
That one's all about teamwork and communication. So, can you advocate for your ideas while still being open to feedback?
Right.
Can you navigate creative differences with diplomacy and grace, all that good stuff?
Yeah, those are essential skills for any field where you're collaborating, but especially I feel like in theater, like it's so intense and everyone's got, big personalities and big egos and artistic visions.
Absolutely. So they're looking for someone who can be both this creative force, but also a team player.
Right, right.
And speaking of navigating, how complex the theater world can be,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher also really emphasizes how important it is to stay current with all the industry trends and technology, which...
Which brings us to the tech-savvy elephant in the room.
Exactly.
RoleCatcher's own AI-powered platform, they're not just talking the talk. They're
Right.
walking the walk. They're using technology to, revolutionize how we think about the whole job hunting process.
For sure.
What makes their approach so unique?
It's honestly the level of personalization and insight that really sets them apart.
Okay.
So take their AI-powered resume builder, for example.
Okay.
It doesn't just scan for keywords.
Right.
It uses natural language processing to actually analyze your skills and your experience, and then it tailors your entire resume to match the specific requirements of each job description.
Okay, so it's like having a personal branding expert in your corner, helping you put your best foot forward.
Exactly. And then their interview practice tool,
Oh, yeah.
another game changer.
Okay, tell me more.
So you can actually record yourself answering common interview questions
Okay.
and then get AI-powered feedback
Oh,
on your delivery, your clarity, even how well you're conveying enthusiasm.
that's amazing. Is there any risk, though, of losing that human touch in an interview with all this technology, though?
That's a really great question.
Yeah.
And it's something RoleCatcher seems to have really considered.
Okay.
The AI feedback, it isn't about creating these robotic responses.
Right.
It's actually about identifying those little nervous tics we all have.
Oh, totally.
The ums, the likes, all that.
For sure. Yeah.
And helping us present ourselves with way more confidence and authenticity.
So it's almost like having a behind-the-scenes coach
Totally.
who's helping you refine your performance, but for job interviews.
Exactly. The goal is to empower job seekers, not to replace any human interaction. And this brings us to a really fascinating question that's raised by all these sources.
Okay.
How might technology like this, particularly AI,
Yeah.
actually shape the future of theater itself and the role of the dramaturg within it?
Now that is a question worthy of a dramatic drum roll.
Yeah.
On the one hand, you can totally imagine AI analyzing scripts, identifying themes, even suggesting plot points.
For sure.
Could it become a competitor to the dramaturg?
I mean, it's definitely a possibility,
Yeah.
but honestly, I tend to think that it's more likely to just become another really valuable tool in their arsenal.
Okay.
Like, imagine AI helping dramaturgs conduct research so much faster or analyze audience data to really understand, what truly resonates.
Yeah.
Or even just experiment with completely new forms of storytelling that blend, technology and live performance.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, so it's having this super-powered research assistant who's taking care of all that,
Total.
freeing up the dramaturg to focus on these higher-level tasks that require that human touch.
Exactly. And this is where this whole conversation about technology and theater starts to get really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Because we're not just talking about AI analyzing scripts.
Right.
We're talking about how it's being used in set design and lighting, even sound design.
Oh, totally. Like all the stuff that RoleCatcher was mentioning, the projection mapping, augmented reality, virtual reality. It's
Mm.
like those technologies have the potential to like completely transform how we experience theater.
For sure.
Like imagine a play where the scenery like morphs and shifts right in front of your eyes using projection mapping,
Right.
or where the sound effects are customized to each person's seat using VR technology.
Exactly. These tools can create these crazy, immersive, multi-sensory experiences that completely blur the lines between virtual and real.
Yeah, it's like the difference between reading a play and like stepping inside the world of the play.
Precisely.
Right.
And this is where the role of the dramaturg, I think, becomes even more crucial because as technology opens up all these possibilities, it also brings up all these important questions, too.
Like how do we make sure that the technology is serving the story and not the other way around?
Exactly. And how do we even use all these tools ethically and responsibly? How do we create theatrical experiences that aren't just visually stunning, but also emotionally meaningful and thought-provoking?
It's like we're on the verge of this whole new era of theater.
Totally.
With all this new technology, where do the boundaries of theater even exist anymore, you know?
It's a really exciting time to be a theater maker,
Yeah.
but also I think that makes the role of the dramaturg even more crucial in this whole evolving world
Right.
because they're the bridge between, the art and the technology,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
making sure that human story is still the heart of everything.
So it's not about like rejecting technology, it's about using it thoughtfully,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
to enhance the storytelling.
And asking the right questions.
Yeah, like what?
Like, how does this technology serve the story? Does it help the audience understand the characters or the themes better?
Right, right.
They're going to be the ones advocating for that balance between, being innovative, but also maintaining that emotional core of the piece.
Right, because you can have all the fancy gadgets and gizmos, but if the story falls flat, who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, a theater production, whether it's using technology or not, it has to connect with the audience
Right,
on an emotional level.
totally.
And that's where a dramaturg's understanding of a good story, good characters, themes, that's what's essential.
It sounds like such a cool job, though. Really challenging, but like so rewarding if you're passionate about theater, pushing creative boundaries, all of that.
Absolutely. And with resources like RoleCatcher, it's way more accessible than ever to get into this field.
Totally.
Their insights, their advice, even just their AI-powered tools.
Right.
It's like having a backstage pass into this whole world.
I love it. So it seems like the world of dramaturgy, it's a lot more intricate and really impactful than a lot of people probably even realize, which is so cool.
I know, right?
It's this amazing career for people who just love to dig deep, analyze stories, work collaboratively to bring these stories to life on stage, and use technology in new and interesting ways.
And who knows what the future holds? It's going to be exciting to see where things go from here,
Yeah, it really is. It's been so fascinating to kind of go behind the curtain with you today and explore this, like you said, often overlooked, but so essential role.
For sure.
A huge thank you to our listener for sending in these awesome sources and really kicking off such a thought-provoking conversation.
Yeah, this was fun.
And to all of you listening, keep being curious. You never know what hidden depths you might uncover. Until next time on The Deep Dive.